did. We've seen it here in the Cup races and this. So you can go down there to make that pass. You get two cars running side by side. You get a draft effect and get down there and try to make that. Everybody just has to be aware of where the other one is.
That's Lee Cunningham. Let's listen in as they come in for this necessary pit stop.
I don't think he had any brakes there either.
Yeah, I don't think Lee's going to give us anything. He's probably as frustrated as the rest of the team, and they'll go to work on it.
You can see they got a ton of damage on the right side. All they want to do here is just try to get some tires on it where they're rolled. Try to finish this race.
Some other cars that are coming in will just let you know the 98 of Paul Menard has made a stop. Parker Kligerman also made a stop.
Michael Annette's also in. These were guys that took that wave around part of that group of 16, so they actually benefited from this caution. It worked out for them, so now they're able to come get some tires and see if they can make some more spots.
Danica Patrick did make a stop. She's now 2 laps down in 25th after having the flat left rear. And they're still working on the left side. Meanwhile, Brad Keselowski in second place. And Dave, what's the latest from his camp?
Well, let's check in with Paul Wolf, crew chief. So, do we have to go to the maximum size and brightness of pit board next time to get your guy into the pit box? What happened there, Paul?
Not sure. Just bad communication there, getting down into the box. You know, just an unfortunate mistake, but it seems like we were able to fire off pretty good there on the old tires. We've just been off a little bit tonight. We wanted to make one last adjustment, put some tires on it, but I don't know, Brad seemed to find a little speed after that incident, so I think it's going to end up all right.
All right, sounds like a driver who makes a mistake wants to make up for it. Doc?
Well, we already know the luck is with Stuart Cooper tonight. You got your caution flag with 15 to go because you were real close on fuel. Are you lucky enough to be able to get up there and win this thing?
Yeah, I hope so. The Behringer Toyota Camry's been great all night. The guys have done a superb job. You know, the biggest deficit we had when we qualified today, we were really loose, but David's done a heck of a job. I was kind of hoping the 22 would run out of gas here, but they're getting some crazy mileage, I guess. You know, obviously we're not, but we'll see what happens. I mean, those guys are both young. They want to win a race. I'd like to see get David in victory lane. This is his last race for us this year, so it'd be good.
Be a nice way to send him out, David Rudeman in victory lane. Vince.
With Jason Ratcliffe, he's the crew chief for Kyle Busch. Fourth at this spot. Do you have enough car to get there?
You know, it's just going to depend on what those guys do in front of us. If they get a good start here, and we can get our momentum up. If we could ever get, you know, it's the same old deal. If you can ever get close to the front, get clean air on the nose, I think we got the tires to win the thing. But tires are not going to prevail unless we can get some clean air.
You haven't made a lot of changes with the car, but it's tightened up pretty considerably. Is that because of the traffic?
Well, there at the mid part of the race, when we were out front, the car was pretty good. If anything, it was a little neutral. So we didn't adjust on the next stop, and I think the track got away from us. And then when you lose your track position, you get in that dirty air, it just amplifies it.
Jason Ratcliffe, Jamie.
And Kevin Kidd, crew chief for the leader right now, Joey Logano. You came on the radio and said the only way we can beat the 22 in this situation is?
Well, basically, it's more about how we can beat ourselves. You know, I think we have the car to beat in this situation. We've been faster than everybody but Kyle all night. Kyle's here lately has just been as fast as us. So as long as we don't make a mistake here and give the 22 a position to rough us up a little bit, I think it's our race to win here.
They're very much aware that 22 has given this Joe Gibbs Racing team a lot of runs for their money, Marty.
All right, thank you, Jamie. And I still have a big question mark on fuel for the 22 because he last had fuel at lap 136. Now, they say they are good to go. That is 64 laps, and we are getting ready to go to green, white, checker. Now, let's update you on Stephen Wallace, because right before this caution came out, he brushed the wall and now finds himself back in 15th position.
Yeah, it was on that last restart. Coming out of turn 4. He was up in the top 10 here. You see just a little bit too high. Gets into that safer barrier. Rubs a little paint off that barrier. I said, whoa.
Got a big run coming inside.
Get up there. Those marbles that we saw whenever the 99 car got up in, that's what you get up in, and the car just won't turn.
Okay. You see Steven's numbers there. Let's reset this for you. Joey Logano is our race leader, but Brad Keselowski, boy, when it comes to green, white, checker finishes, 2 of his 3 wins in this year were on last lap passes during green, white checker runs.
He's going to have a chance at it again right here.
22 may be out of fuel.
I think he's out of fuel.
He is out of fuel.
See,
he's not going to have a chance at it.
This has really been costly for him. This is going to hurt him in the points. It's a tough break. But the green white checker.
Now. And now the 18 gets to move up on the outside.
It's out.
That's going to be on the outside of the 20.
Big break for Kyle Busch right here.
Pace car pulls off. So now you've got Logano, and right alongside of him, Kyle Busch. And we're back to green flag racing. A green-white checker.
Well, big break for Carl Edwards, too. He was looking to lose points once again, but now he's going to gain points on Brad Keselowski in the championship hunt.
Look at this race for the lead now. This is going to be tight coming off this corner.
Side by side, they head down the back stretch.
I think Kyle Busch has the advantage here on the outside.
Here comes Joey back underneath him. They go into 3. This time by, there'll be a white flag. Look at Kyle get the run off of the corner. That's the clean air. You heard Jason Radcliffe request. His driver just gave it to him.
Oh, trouble on the front stretch.
Trouble on the front stretch.
Behind us.
Ricky Stenhouse is involved. Several other cars involved. The 34 of Tony Raines, Mike Wallace involved. And I believe that the white flag was out before the caution came out. So this race will end under this caution.
And what a crazy finish.
Wow. Those tires
That's why we never quit, dog.
I don't think he let up. I think he drove through that corner wide open on the outside of Joey Logano.
His 37th Nationwide Series win. You could see the disappointment on Kevin Kidd's face and the celebration going on in the 18 pit. Brendan Gaughan also involved in that deal. And there is the checkered flag. And Kyle Busch.
We deserved it. You deserved it. You drove a heck of a race.
His 37th win now moves him into sole possession of second place on the all-time win list, 1 ahead of Kevin Harvick, who was our pole sitter tonight. There's Mike Wallace nursing his damaged 01 around. Let's take a look. There's Kyle's fiance.
Oh, she's happy.
And Jason goes.
That's the way to win one.
A few feet higher than he normally does.
He got set up in that position by the 22 of Brad Keselowski, running out of fuel as they were coming to get the green on this last restart. That moved him in a perfect position on the outside of his teammate.
There's Ricky Stenhouse. He had a great run going. He was like, I think at the time of this, was in the top 6, if I remember correctly. And boy, just tore up a nice looking race
actually,
car.
But both of Roush's young drivers. You can see Brendan Gaughan get sideways there coming out of turn 4. The 6 of Ricky Stenhouse, just kind of an innocent bystander. They got caught up in that, unfortunately.
Colin Brown also gets swept up in it. Mike Bliss gets involved in it. It's just a chain reaction mess.
It was an interesting choice there with Kyle. Or not with Kyle, with Logano actually taking that low lane. I think he wanted to put that 22 car in front of Kyle to maybe hold him off, and then when he ran out of fuel, that didn't work out too good.
I was actually going to bring that point up, that I thought that he might have a hard time with the 22 car, just as we saw the 22 car run out of fuel. It was an interesting choice, but that's where he had restarted, and it worked for him before.
His 16th Nationwide Series win on the 1.5 mile ovals. That's the most of all time, and Joey is beside himself. He's already heading for the hauler. When we come back, we'll talk to the winner, and Sports Center is coming up right behind us.
Nationwide Insurance. Enter this code at codespotter.com for a chance to win a Roush Ford Mustang.
Back here at Chicagoland, let's give you our NASCAR ticket to the race. Just log on to NASCAR.com/tickets. There are the upcoming events with Gateway next weekend, all the way down through September 25th, when we'll be at Dover International Speedway. Let's catch up with Jamie Little.
And Danica Patrick brings it home 24th. That's her best effort now in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Danica, how would you sum up tonight's performance?
Well, I definitely learned a lot. It was really nice to run a clean race with no accidents, really, and just especially in the first part, it's so so tough when you get nailed, you know, when you spin on the beginning of the race. But we didn't do that, so we just trucked along, and you know, I learned a lot by following those guys out there, and I learned a lot about really simple things out there tonight, just like how to roll into the throttle and out of it, and just how valuable that breath just before you get back to power is, so that you don't push up the track. So, you know, we brought the GoDaddy car home. It's got a couple